you're welcome to part three of Say No to Bully. Welcome to part three. Have you watched part one, part two, and have you watched the one with Rachel on my channel? If you haven't watched, please go to YouTube. It's called Health Talk Queen 1, Health Talk Queen 1 on YouTube, and also on TikTok, it's called Health Talk Queen, Health Talk Queen. On YouTube, Health Talk Queen 1, on TikTok, Health Talk Queen. You don't want to mix up. Please watch one and two and the one with Rachel before you watch this one. Okay, you're welcome to my channel, Health Talk with Queen Nikki. Health Talk with Queen Nikki. Okay, so that's my logo. I love it. So now let's go. In part two, we talked about, the treatment, which is education, education, education. So I was talking about parenting. What are the parents' role when it comes to helping our children with bullying? Now, we have to be role model to our kids. There are some of the parents out there that they use their social media. But before I go further, let me ask this question. I always ask myself as a parent, I am not perfect. As a nurse, I am not. I ask myself this question multiple times. Can my kids come to my social media and learn? Will they be proud of me as a mother when they come to my social media and see what I post there? If my answer is no, then I have to go back, reassess myself, and do some correction. There are so many parents out there that their social media is full of negativity. And they produce those kind of kids that go to school and make other children life miserable. But if you make your social media very productive, educative, your children can go there and learn to be good, to be, build a good people when they go to school. But when they, because we are role model to our kids, we have to be very, very careful. Whatever we do, our kids learn from it. Our kids learn. And if they say charity what begins at home. Whatever we teach them, that's what they will take to their environment and act. It can be negativity, it can be positivity. And even parents, so when you're trying to say, okay, you want to stop bullying or you want to empower your kid, but you are doing the same act on social media. So we have to be very, very careful how we handle social media, because cyberbullying is part of the effect that children usually go through. Now, when we identify that as a parent, that we need to empower our kid, we need to empower them with our word of mouth. We need to show love. We need to show empathy, love, kind, embrace them and say, you know what, I got your back. Whatever happened, I will stand by you. I will empower you. I will educate you. But first, I will show you role model. By doing that, and then you see what I'm doing and you learn from it. Very, very important. Then also let's make sure we give that communication. It's very, very important. It's very important because kids tend to open up to people who show them love, people who show them kindness, empathy, people who listen to them, people who would not judge them. This is another thing. Judging, the kid is already traumatized. They are already traumatized. So don't judge them. Listen first, at least assess. Listen and say, okay, here we have problem. Okay, I am not going to judge you, because most of the time when this victim of bully, they fight each other, the victim end up to be crucified. Multiple times it has happened. They'll be like, auntie, I don't like, or nurse Nikki, I don't like to report, because at the end of the day, when I report, I will be the victim, because those kids, they are already traumatized, so they don't know how to talk yap, 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 like the other bullies does. You understand? So we need to make sure we show them love, empathy. Don't judge. Listen to whatever the victim wants to say first, and then you assess and then look for appropriate solution immediately before it get out of hand. Now, as a parent, let's say you've tried all this. You've encouraged, you've empowered, and empowerment starts before the bully even starts. That's why as you introduce your kid to read. Don't even wait before it happened to them. Always tell them, make sure they are proud of their self, their skin color, make sure you empower them before it even start. Let's say you've tried others and nothing is working. Call your children primary care doctor. They will refer them to a mental health doctor that they have section. I always say mental health is the very crucial thing that is happening to both adults and kids. They have different sections that they can send them to. They have musical where they listen to music. Whatever the child loves to do, that is what they will use to take care of them, to treat them, to educate them, to empower them. They have musical section. They have interaction section whereby they vocalize to the psychologists, and then they will look for, they verbalize whatever is going on. They will look for solution. They will use their word of communication to empower that kid. They have physical activities session whereby if the child loves to play football, they will use that to encourage him or her. If you like to do ballet, so to distract, they call it distraction. You will distract the child, and mentally will help the child, especially the victim that that is really sad. It would cheer that victim up, so that way he or she can come back to our normal self. So they have different sections: group session, exercise session, musical, book reading, and even talking, verbalizing. That's why I say you have to look for your kids' potential. There are some kids out there, they love to talk. They are presenter. They love to empower their fellow youth out there. Identify those kids, encourage them. I know we don't want to expose our children to social media because of this bully aspect of it, but you know what? If you believe in your word and believe in your kid, somebody have to do it, right? Somebody have to do it. That's why those kids, if you identify their talent, use it and let them empower other kids out there. So those session is very, very important. Now, when it comes to depression with bullying, they have medication. Like on my channel, I don't like to mention medication because that is the doctor aspect of it to do that. Okay, to do that, they have medication they can give the kid, but first they would have tried all this that I'm talking about. Make sure it works first, and then take it to the level. The kids that they usually give medication to, they are the kids that they have gotten to the end stage whereby they want to end it all. So there are medication that they can give them to reduce their anxiety. Sometimes they have panic attack. Sometimes it affects their heart, even their body system after they've inject this substances or things that they want to use to kill their self. So they treat it as per the symptom shows up. Okay, so I don't like to mention, I like to mention prevention, what we can do. Okay, what we can do. I've seen and another thing that I want us to realize as a parent is, think about it. Social media, don't forget. Yeah, social media, don't forget. If you're bullying somebody and your kids find out and they are doing the same thing, kids are very smart. They will use what you do on social media to attack you, and they will not listen to you. For example, you bullying somebody and that person cry, do a lot of things, and end up losing his or her life. What would be your gain as a parent? Nothing. Nothing. In fact, you should be ashamed of yourself. Okay? Now, your kids see that, they will take it, right? Once they start acting like that, when you are correcting them, they will tell you, but after all, you did to Mr. A or Mrs. A, and they end up like that. So if I'm doing it, what difference does it make? Yeah, kids are very smart. They are very, very smart. So we have to be very, very, very careful as a parent, as a provider, to be careful how we, bully people out there. Like I said, we have adult bullying, but This video is mainly for kids bullying, and you know, in every profession too.